Matt and Claire's relationship becomes intense. Foggy goes full lawyer in defense of their new client, and Fisk makes his move to clean up Hell's Kitchen. Claire is on the mend from the Russians' attack and hiding out at Matt's apartment. There is little the two don't know about each other at this point. Claire knows Matt's name, his occupation, where he lives. The relationship that began as a partnership against the criminal elements of Hell's Kitchen is starting to turn into a romantic one. A new client has come to Nelson and Murdoch, referred to them by their friend Sergeant Brett Mahoney. Miss Cardenas and her neighbors in a rent-controlled building are being threatened to leave their homes so the landlord can turn the apartments into condos. With Karen by his side, Foggy confronts the landlord's team of lawyers at Landman & Zack, Matt and Foggy's former firm of employment. To his surprise, his ex-girlfriend Marcy also works for his ex-employer. However, surrounded by the unfortunate reminders of his past, Foggy steps up in a big way and shuts Marcy's manipulations down. Fisk manages to deal with the blowback from his killing of Anatoly by planting convincing evidence so that Vladimir believes it was the man in black who killed his brother. With the Russians focused on revenge and away from Fisk, he makes plans to take the Ranskahovs out of their business dealings entirely. Romance plays a big role in this episode. Matt and Claire, Foggy and Karen, Wilson and Vanessa. These three developing romances are handled gently in this episode, neither overbearing or taking away from the rest of the story. Matt and Claire work to take down the Russians. Foggy and Karen defend their client. Wilson tells Vanessa the truth about his dealings. While the romances aren't overbearing of the story, one of them doesn't necessarily add to the story either. Matt and Claire seem to become an item in the beginning of the episode, yet by the end they seem to split apart. Did bringing them together romantically serve the greater story? Was there a point to it? It's been said by Foggy numerous times that Matt has flirtations with women but rarely commits, and his situation with Claire would show that. But it feels like they brought them together because you have to have romance between a man and a woman who work closely together. Or that's what they'd have us thinking. It's entirely possible for a man and woman to work together, even intimately, without turning to romance. To spark this and then douse the spark by the end of the episode feels like there is no reason for it at all.